questions for Coach Scott. John?
I'm the first guy, huh?
Yep.
You guys are putting me on the spot here.
You're the senior.
Just were the first guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, 424 yards of rushing. That's not too bad. Pretty good day, huh?
Not too bad at all. Call it a legendary day.
Yeah. Well, what led that to happen?
Preparation. We've been talking all week about, the prior week, not being our best, playing up to our standards. Either way, thought the guys prepared really well. Thought I went out there and played with chip on the shoulder. Knew that the previous week before then that didn't mirror anything that we represent, us as our standards or this program. And thought the guys prepared well, responded really well, had a great week of practice. And really went out there and, and played with, the kind of, chip on the shoulder that we played with all week long.
Has this maybe altered your philosophy a little bit in terms of having a mobile quarterback? You've got 3 guys that have rushed for over 600 yards going into your last game. Mm-hmm. You've got multiple threats in the run game, and then the play action off of that. Has that changed maybe the way you're going to recruit moving forward, the way you're going to approach things offensively?
No question. Now, again, like a couple weeks ago, like I said, we at the point right now where we're playing the way we anticipated coming into the season, playing with, having the multiple options, being able to, split the defense and, utilize the quarterback in the run game and zone reads and find different ways to get the balls in the hands of guys that can make plays in space. From a recruiting standpoint, we'll continue to recruit those kind of players that can be electric with the ball in their hand and also have a mobile quarterback that can extend plays and make things happen beyond what's called.
Jaheim, I mean, you guys have talked very highly of him since he's got here. Is this just natural talent for him, or has he improved that much during the season?
Well, I've always spoke highly of him. I was recruited, and I've been in there with him since day one. So I've always known the kind of talent he's had. Where he's grown and progressed is, how he, and it's always tough for freshmen just to understand how to practice, the approach you take to practice, and how to simulate practice reps like his actual game rep, and how to actually stay focused and locked in, and also just understanding pro, which I think I told you guys 2 weeks ago. I was going to be with him every step away, and make sure he is where he's supposed to be and doing all the little things right. But where he's progressed at big time is just really understanding pass protection in terms of what to look at. So he can not, looking a different pre-snap to a linebacker or feeling a different confidence-wise per a pass or a run play. So he's progressing just his whole approach to, how he practices. To be honest with you, I'm asking why he played the way he played Saturday. He practiced that way on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. And actually had really good focus. We had great walkthroughs on Thursday and Friday, which typically on Thursday and Fridays, those are days where I pay the most attention to him to make sure he stays locked in. But he did a great job Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning.
Is that what makes or breaks true freshmen being able to play, is practicing?
No question. Just understanding how to practice. And even on, understanding how to practice them too, because you get 2 work days, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those days we trying to simulate everything from a coach standpoint that we can put in front of those guys that they'll see that'll happen on Saturday. So the first time it happens on Saturday, it's a reaction to it. It's an instinctive reaction to it, and not one there, catch them off guard. And then also, like on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, those are days the game plan is in, and you just want to sharpen your focus and literally and mentally walk through what you would do live in a walkthrough setting. And that's real tough for guys, too. Those times where, practice is a lot slower and it's a lot more time to, talk to guys and goof around. And be honest with you, his last 2 weeks is where he's gotten, he's been better. I always tell those guys that focus ain't intentional, so not natural. So you got to be intentional about it. And I would just say, hey, what doesn't come natural today? Say focus. And so that's where he's gotten better at.
So is it at all hard at all for you as a coach that, obviously he had a real big day, and even though CJ scored a touchdown, he was a little bit reduced and was uncertain prior to the game. But if you get CJ back at full strength and then having this of Jaheim, do you have to, wrestle that? And how do you work those two together if you get them both?
Man, it's a great combination of thunder and lightning, man. It's a great problem to have, and it's not even a problem. You can you got 2 super superior talents like those 2 guys. They bring something different to the table. But you play both of them at times where they both may be in a football game, and they both got the kind of ability, and they're playing with that ability right now in the second half of the season where they're doing the little things right to create explosive plays. Where in the first half of the season, we weren't doing the little things right to hit explosive plays. And so it took a lot more carries to get yards, whereas now they're doing little things right to put themselves in position to get one-on-one and breaking tackles and making miss to hit the big plays. So it's not taking as many carries to get those yards. So you play both of them.
To that point, CJ only got 5 carries, but on his touchdown, he broke a tackle, bounced off a guy. Like, that's what you've been talking about all year. Really.
Exactly. And here's what's unique about that. And he'll tell you this. He'll say that's his. He's never been more proud of a touchdown run than that particular run. First of all, he limped 13 yards to the touchdown run, but he literally did like the littlest thing to make that touchdown run happen. And if he continue to play with that kind of discipline when he's at full strength, full health, he'll hit those big plays all the time. But he'll tell you that he's never been more proud and more excited than that touchdown run because he'll tell you, I did nothing. I just ran through an arm tackle. I did nothing to create it. Where, because we talk about like letting the game come to you. Don't press to make that happen. Press to do a little thing to make that big thing happen, and he did that.
Going back to Jaheim, you said you recruited him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a coach here years ago who felt like he lifted a rock and found a player in Steve Slayton. Did you kind of feel like you lifted up a rock and found a gem there? Were there other people that you were worried about, or was that one that you kind of?
No, I would say so. I just do a great just watch a bunch of film and was able to find him. And I can remember it was a camp one day we came up with on a Sunday, and it was a bit downpour here. And it might have been about 50 kids here, and I mean he was a standout, big time. And so from that point, did a great job. We continued to build a great relationship. By the time we offered him a scholarship, and I had already had a great relationship with him. And
How long was that relationship?
what's that? 2 years?
Oh, you had a 2-year
I think
relationship.
2 years.
with him?
Yeah, 2 years.
When it got down to the end, and he had that productive year, were you worried like, somebody's gonna come in and?
Not at
No.
all. No,
Solid
he's a relationship person. We had a great relationship. Got a great relationship with his family. So not at all. Got a great relationship. So like I said, I'm fully aware of how capable he is of doing what he's supposed to do and what he's capable of doing. I always knew he was an elite talent. Again, it's just doing little things right. And again, like I said, it comes with being a freshman, understand how to, practice with great habits that allow you to play your best when your best need, like you did on Saturday, and play with the kind of focus it needed.
Okay, you said it was 2 years, so that would have been what, his sophomore or junior year?
Mm-hmm. Sophomore, end of his sophomore year, junior, senior year.
Had to be a real little guy. You had to be doing a little projecting there, thinking, is he going to get a little bigger? Is he going to, that kind of thing?
He's always been by that. Think about it. He's short. He's not little.
Okay.
Yeah, he's thick. He's short, but he's not little. He put together.
So there wasn't a lot of that. Well, he needs to put on
I think
a few
when
more pounds.
I think we first met him, he was probably 175. Still, like I say, big lower body. About 175.
What's going to be his peak, or what's his optimal weight when he's fully?
Right
what do
now,
you
he's
think?
he's 190 pounds. I don't ever foresee him being no guy that's heavier than 200 pounds. I don't think he's a need to. He's so strong. Got a thick lower body. He's a strong kid. So breaks tackles, make miss. So just got to continue to just build lean mass. Does a great job. Do whatever Coach Joseph tells him to do. He does a phenomenal job with those guys.
Whatever he is, he's powerful at that weight.
No question. He's very powerful,
Yeah.
explosive, and powerful.
So did you get to know him when he was in Pennsylvania? Because he talked about
Yes.
being in Florida initially. So
Yeah,
just
Pennsylvania.
once he got to the New York area.
Yeah.
Yes. Normally you see a 200-yard game, and a guy will break one for 70 or something like that, or maybe even two 50-yard games. And
Right.
but he had like I think I counted up 11 or 12 10-yard or more runs.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems, and if you can run 10 yards, you could break any of those. I mean,
He had 8 explosives. Yeah.
Yeah. What does it say about where he can go from here? I mean.
Man, the sky's the limit for the kid. He just got to continue to, like I told him today, he's got to stay humble, stay hungry. Stay humble, stay hungry. Keep his circle tight. Stay connected to the people that's been connected to him from the beginning. And continue to, practice the way he's been practicing the last couple of weeks. He'll be fine. He'll continue to grow. He's a kid. He's had success. He sent me a video clip months back of him making a move on a guy when he was in Pop Warner. So he's a kid that's used to having success, making plays. So he's not in a position where he's a kid that's never had this kind of success. So he understands how to handle it. And, it was a unique deal last week. I think on Thursday or so, deal comes out where he's rated the highest freshman. So interesting to see, him respond and go play Saturday and not allow that to get to him. So he's used to having success, been doing it since Pop Warner. So you just got to continue to stay humble and hungry.
Sorry, I know that there's a process, and he had to get through some things to earn the trust and all of that. But looking at what he's done, he's got 80 carries. He's averaging, 8.3 yards a carry? Sitting in the back of your mind going, man, I wish he'd had maybe 20, 25 more at this time or whatever.
Yeah.
Ever think about that in the back of your mind?
No, not really. It's progression. Things happen where it happened. Early on, he struggled big time with pass pro. Heck, he missed a blitz last week in Oklahoma and he got Garrett hit pretty big. So it's progression. And he, where he is right now, everything happens for a reason. He's progressed really well. He's had a chance to see some of the mistakes early on and learn from them. Where this happened in practice in the game, so I think, things happen for a reason right now, so I don't.
He's where he should be.
He's where he should be, yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, athletes, a lot of the time, they're just playing, they're not worrying about what happened, like John brought up,
Yeah.
15 plus 20 years ago. But did you at all let him know, hey, Steve Slayton, like John brought up, did this, you're now in that conversation?
No,
Yeah.
I have.
You think
I have
he's
not.
fully aware of even how great he's being and only this early in his
No,
career?
I don't think he's fully aware of it. I don't think he's fully. I'm pretty
That
sure.
almost may be a
I'm
good
pretty
thing
sure.
even in your eyes?
I'm pretty sure some people outside of here told him that, but I'm not sure he's aware of it. And going back to your deal too, John, on the deal where it's probably a great thing because right now, this late in the season, as coming in this freshman day, you're not used to practicing at this level, playing these games against this kind of competition. So at this point right now where he is, his body feels great. He hadn't accumulated all the tread, throughout the season where he would get to this point and he wouldn't be as fast or be as beat up, So even at this point right now, like he's fresh, his body feels good, he's not beat up. So
The next thing is repeating it because now people know of him, they're aware of him, they're going to game plan for him. So that's his next step, I guess, right?
yeah, that's the next step. But we our mindset in that room, if you don't feel like you got nothing to improve, you'll never improve. And I had the same mindset every day. For the years now, we've been consistent in that room as far as being productive, and it's been my mentality, it's been their mentality. So we say it every day. If you don't feel like you got nothing to prove, you'll never improve. So he knows still something he can go out there and improve on. Heck, he had a great run toward the goal line where he attempted to make the guy miss. He didn't go. He said he didn't go for my move, coach. So I just ran through him. Well, I'm gonna say, well, he got to make that guy miss. So things like that, he got to improve on. Yeah.
If you would, in the position of the defensive coordinator for a moment, and Garrett has the ball and he's got it in the belly of Jaheim.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what could possibly do?
It's tough.
I mean, he can't take both of them.
You can't take both of them, and before you even get both of those guys, man, I'm telling you, I've said this to you guys before. Like the nucleus of our offense is that offensive line, and I think they're the best in the country. And I've said that from the beginning. And so you can't take both of them, but you also got to play through those guys. It ain't so easy doing that as easy, So
And you got Horton running deep or something
exactly,
like
you got Horton running deep, and you got like Devin Carter's been doing a phenomenal job winning one-on-ones. You got Cole Taylor that commands one-on-one attention. If you don't, he catch the ball. You saw his execution on a 2-minute drive going into the halftime. You got a guy like Traylon Ray, young guy that's catching balls. So with the kind of weapons that we got right now, the defense that we faced early in the year, where it felt like we was going against goal line defense with 8-9 guys in the box at the beginning of the season, with all the guys flourishing and playing up to their potential, and even though they're not there, they're playing up to their potential. We're starting to see the defense that we thought we'd see coming in with the kind of talent. Just guys got to win their one-on-ones. They've been doing it.
What are the kind of characteristics of a Dave Aranda defense that you got to keep in mind?
Discipline, physical, tough, and guys that's going to do a great job of trying to take the ball away, which is what we've done a phenomenal job of. Very proud of those guys for that. Two areas that we talked about from the beginning was being disciplined, eliminating pre-snap penalties, which I think we're still not where we want to be. We're better. One of the tops in the conference, one of the tops in the country. We kind of dipped off a little bit, and then taking care of the football. And so they're a tough team. It's going to be disciplined. It's going to be physical, and it's going to pride themselves to try to create turnovers, whether that be forcing fumbles or interceptions. So we got to continue to be disciplined, be smart with our play, taking care of the ball, being smart with the football. Thank you all.